going on, everyone? Kelly Cavallera here, one half of 7 Arrow Media, and welcome to today's edition of the Honky Tonk Highway, episode number 59. It's Friday once again, guys. Hope everyone had a great week and looking forward to the weekend. Today's episode is going to be all about the event coming up tomorrow, 7 and 7. That's right, guys. Me and Kelly, 7 Arrow Media, decided to put on a nice little one-day event for you guys. Call it 7 and 7. It's going to be 7 workshops in 7 hours. And tomorrow's one is all competitors that have qualified for the USLDCC finals this year. So a little bit more on that. Don't worry, it'll be a nice, fun little quick day today. Don't forget also, guys, every Tuesday, Honky Tonk Highway has joined Line Dancer Radio. That's right. Dave Morgan and the crew asked me to come on. We've already done 2 shows. So I'm not holding the Honky Tonk Highway talk show on Tuesdays afternoon anymore. We're doing it on Tuesday, 9 to 11. I get to play music on the radio. So we're doing event highlights, pretty much what I do on the show, but just radio version. This week, coming up, I'm going to do an entire episode dedicated on the USLDCC. I'm going to play music from current competitors and past competitors and winners, so that way people can see some of the great music that has come out of the USLDCC. Some people don't realize Pieces by Dustin Betts, Out Like That by Trevor Thornton, are just some of the dances that have come out of the USLDCC competition. Case for Kicks by Chris Gonzalez, just to name a few. Thank you, Rona. I'm really glad you're enjoying the radio show. I know you usually are doing your Tuesday morning walk during my show, so glad you're enjoying it. Also, guys, all next week we will have a couple things that I'm going to be bringing up throughout the week about next weekend's event. Next weekend's event is WWM Live. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I believe it's going to be 6 to 7-ish UK time. It's going to start, run for about 4 hours a night. Friday night is going to be the Arena with Michelle Reesley. Saturday night is going to be the Spanish Hall with Mr. Fred Whitehouse and Dave Baycroft. And then Sunday is going to be all about the Empress Ballroom and the competition. So you don't want to miss that next weekend. There will not be a Honky Tonk Highway on Friday next week as well, due to that. So make sure you turn into that. There'll be more details coming up. You're going to love, definitely not going to miss what Sam, Nickel, and Connor have in store for you guys. Trust me, I am looking forward to it as well. And if you don't want to miss anything we do, guys, don't forget, like, subscribe, follow everything on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, 7 Arrow Media, just like it says down below. You definitely don't want to miss anything that we have coming up. That way you don't miss anything, no matter where we are. So, today's show is pretty much, we're just going to talk about some of the instructors for tomorrow's event, 7 and 7. Oh, of course, Nickel, anytime. I'm loving WDM. I'm missing it. I should be there. Next week I should be in England. We should be leaving for England this week. Me and Kelly usually go every year. It coincides with our anniversary, so I'm a little disappointed that I don't get to go to England this year. So definitely missing that. So this weekend's event, tomorrow, for 7 and 7, I came up with the idea to showcase some talent of the USLDCC. I wanted to give some of the instructors and choreographers a chance to showcase some of the great work that is being done. I came up with the idea to call it 7 and 7 after the 7 Arrow Media, and I figured let's do an entire event based on some of the dances that got them to the finals. All the time you see dances, we see great dances in the USLDCC, but after they win or take second place to qualify, we never see them again. So I wanted them a chance to showcase this before the finals. Now, every instructor tomorrow has qualified for the finals. It was supposed to be at Marathon a couple weeks ago, but with this pandemic, it has been moved to the Florida Classic. The overall winner, what happens is first, second, and the first place winner from every division, newcomer, novice, intermediate, advanced, and phrased, then dance off against each other, and the overall winner gets a teaching spot at World Dance Masters every year. For those are watching that do not know what the USLDCC is, it's the United States Line Dance Choreography Competition. It was started by Jennifer and Jason Cameron, Will Craig, Scott Blevins, and Miss Jean Gard. Well, since then, Doug and Jackie Miranda's event has been added, and we lost Hotlanta, And now that Big Bang is leaving, obviously we're losing Big Bang. So what it is competitions throughout the whole year. The first and second place people in every division, the dance qualifies for the finals. Now, as long as you dance a second time at a different event, don't matter if you place there or not, as long as you step on the floor with the same choreographer that's on the step sheet, you qualify for the finals if you place first or second. So you can dance as many times as you want. You're allowed to enter 2 dances per division, so that's 6 dances per choreographer lineup. So say you co-choreograph, you can do 2 with them as well. And then everybody at the end of the year is qualified, dances off, and that's who gets to go to the finals. So myself, Chris Jocks, Wendy Smith, Tracy Jackson, Taylor Hickey, Nicole Calger have all qualified for the finals. Many others have qualified for the finals, and I'll mention them a little bit later, so don't worry about that. But I chose this group. Nice little mix that I asked them to come on the event tomorrow and teach, and they all said yes, thankfully. Originally, Jason Turner was going to be on there instead of Nicole, but he had a family issue come up, so Nicole gladly jumped in and took his place. So you'll definitely not want to miss tomorrow's teach of that. She's coming off just having a baby, so she's gladly having some adult time and going to teach for us tomorrow. So tomorrow's lineup of instructors goes like this. So I'm going to be kicking things off at 10 a.m. I'm going to be teaching a dance called Baptize Me. Nice little advanced dance that I originally did back at the World Dance Masters. Was the first time I did it. And I took it and entered it at Hotlanta and ended up taking second. So I qualified for the finals. So I'll be starting off your day. I'll go live a little bit before 10 just to welcome everybody in. And then I'll be your first teach. The second teach of the day is going to go to my buddy Chris Jocks. Most of you know him from his dance that won Chicago, Shoot My Shot, that's been being taught. He taught it on social distancing. It's been taught at a couple different places. Great dance that won Windy City's choreography competition, so he got a teaching spot there next year. So definitely miss that. He's going to be teaching his dance called Let Your Hair Down that won the phrase division back at Fun in the Sun. So you're definitely going to want to check that out. He is going to have a fun time. Following that, at noon, Miss Wendy Smith, who has qualified for the finals 5 times. She has 5 different entries in the finals. She's going to be teaching you her dance Can't Stop Me. So obviously we've had trouble stopping her. She's qualified 5 times. So she's going to teach that. That's going to be at noon. So you definitely want to check out her and the Wild Roses there. Coming up at 1 o'clock following her, another 5-time finalist is Taylor Hickey. I believe it's Massachusetts she lives in, or New York. I always get those states confused, all jumbled up there. She qualified 5 times. She actually did 4 of them at Fun in the Sun. She took first and second in one division, and second place in every division, and first and second in one of the other divisions. She's going to be teaching her dance, Keep Them Talking. So you definitely want to check that out. She's sure to put up a great lesson for you guys at 1 o'clock. Yep. Did I say that right? 12, 1. Yep, I did. New York. Ha! I knew it was one of the 2, Taylor. I can never get the mix right. Coming up at 2 o'clock, Nicole Cal. Don't insult me with the Massachusetts stuff. I know. Mass has a rep. So does New York. It's okay. Coming up at 2 o'clock is Mrs. Nicole Calger. She is going to dance, teach the dance that her and Wendy Smith won with at Hotlanta. Sounds good to me. Definitely want to check this dance out. This dance is a fun dance that they did back at Hotlanta, so definitely check that out. At 3 o'clock, it's our Georgia girl, Tracy Jackson. She's qualified for the finals twice. She's going to be teaching you bar top dancing. Sure to be a high energy class there, guys, so you're definitely not going to want to miss that. She's just a bundle of fire, so definitely tune in for that one. And then to round out the day, the 4 o'clock, the last class, you're going to have myself and Chris Jocks back, both of us on screen, him from Massachusetts, me from Florida, teaching you our dance, Keep It Down, that we won with at the Florida Classic this past year. So you definitely want to check that out. I did some split screen teaches for Streamline. So me and Chris have decided we're both going to be on screen to teach that dance. He qualified for us for the final, one of my 4, thankfully. So definitely gonna want to check that out. So that is how tomorrow is going to go. So other people who have qualified for the finals, let me bring up the entire list here, because I don't want to miss anybody. That is for sure. Oh, US. I had it up and closed. My iPad closed down. USLDCC. Lots of great choreographers are already have qualified for the finals, and you definitely want to check out the radio show on Tuesday, guys. I'm going to be playing a lot of great tracks that have come out this year and years past. So, other choreographers that have qualified for the finals: Cody Lutz, Adea Nuno, Russ Bradshills, Mark Polino, and Liz Atkinson. They, along with Taylor Hickey and myself, Taylor with 2 of them, Adea's got 2, and Taylor's got 3. I'm sorry, I have 1. We've all qualified for the newcomer novice division. You have also, let's see, that's all intermediate advanced, and then Victoria Rogers and Jason Turner, who have also qualified for the finals. We all have a shot at earning the teaching spot at WDM, guys, at the Florida Line Dance Classic this year. So definitely make sure to tune in for that. Kelly just actually shared the link. Make sure to go join the group 7 and 7 events, and let me pop that up on the screen here. Boom. 7 and 7 events. It's a free group. This entire day tomorrow is free. Definitely check that out. Absolutely free. We'll be going live in that event, so just ask to join the group. It's free to join. We're not charging anything tomorrow, guys. So fun day, 7 hours. Thank you everyone so far who's tuned in and joined the group. I'm definitely looking forward to tomorrow morning. As soon as this show's done, I'm literally breaking almost everything down that's in front of me and moving it out into my kitchen area to set up, and then moving all the furniture out of my living room. I'm going to push my couch back and set up for tomorrow if I have room to dance. You never know what you can buy on Amazon. When I didn't want to use Wi-Fi tomorrow, so I literally bought a 100-foot Ethernet cable to run my hardwire. That way I have better internet out into the living room area. So things you can buy on Amazon. It's great. It's great. So feel free to ask any questions, you guys. If you have any questions about the event, about the USLDCC in general. Some great instructors that have come out of the USLDC: Trevor Thornton, Jason Takahashi, Darcy DeAngelis, Kayla Cosgrove, Chris Gonzalez. You have Bradley Mather, Dustin Betts, all people who have won competitions or the overall. The 4 overall champions so far to date have been Trevor Thornton won the first one, Darcy DeAngelis won the second one, Bradley Mather won the third one, and last year's winner was Jason Takahashi. So this is a 5th year of it. Looking to crown another winner at the Florida Classic to go next year. Now to Worlds 2021 instead of 2020. Since next weekend, obviously, none of us are going to England. I know I've competed. This is my 4th out of the 5 years competing. I didn't compete last year in Jason's year. I competed in all the other 3 years. So this is my 4th year competing in it. I've enjoyed it so far. It's been fun. Definitely been a learning experience. I always talk to my judges, and that gets. I'm sure John loves it when we have our little powwows afterwards when we sit down and discuss. Okay, so what didn't you like of my dances? So Tuesday's show on the radio, guys. I'm gonna be playing tons of songs from this year's event. All the events so far of the year, dances that have qualified, dances that have just been done, that have been played that I've enjoyed. Also past dances that have come out of the USLDCC, like Pieces by Dustin Betts, You got KS for Kicks by Chris Gonzalez. Out Like That by Trevor Thornton. One of my favorites right now is I love the song Make the Rooster Crow by Mark Paulino. It's the dance he qualified with this year. Great little track. Tons of music coming out. This Rob Holly, another one. Well, hi, Miss Rhoda. Rhoda Lai, coming from Canada, joining in. Rob Holly, another one. You got Carrie Mouse, who's done the USLDCC. All these great instructors that have come out of the USLDCC, guys, and it's just been a great time so far. So I wanted to definitely showcase a lot of that talent that we have had and give them a chance to showcase the dances that have been done and have placed. So that's what tomorrow's event's all about. So starting 10 a.m. Eastern time. I think it's 3 p.m. UK time, 4 p.m. CET. And then it's 7 a.m. in California for all my early birds. Chris just had, did John tell you why your dance didn't win? No, he doesn't give me that. He can only tell me how what he saw. I usually do get all my judges my scores and my comments, so I see what the judges have said. I've seen also what they write down. I see how they scored it, and how. So I do see how I'm scored. John doesn't. When I talk to John, he doesn't tell me exactly. He'll give me hints on what he thinks needs to be changed, if anything in the change needs to be changed, or if straight up he just didn't like it. Thankfully for that, I haven't had really any of that with John, at least in John's theory that John hasn't liked. He is someone I do trust thoroughly, and I usually do when I'm going to write. I've been very lucky. I have choreographed with John before. We wrote a dance called Zero to Crazy a couple years ago, so I do know how he choreographs and how his process is. I've had many of talks with John Robinson. I've been to many of his classes on how to choreograph. I've watched it thoroughly, so I do know kind of how his mind thinks. So usually when I show John something, I can almost tell what he's going to say about it. I go, "You're gonna not like this part probably," and usually that's the part he doesn't like. So I do. I am a stickler. I do talk to my judges. I do ask them what they liked and what they didn't like, how I should improve. And sometimes I change it, and sometimes I don't. I had a couple judges tell me this past year actually, and I'll say this. I did a dance called "I'm Sorry" to the song "Sorry" by Buck Cherry. I taught it on Streamline about a month ago. Lovely nightclub track, in my opinion. Nice rock song. I wrote it. I took it to Las Vegas dance finale and didn't place well at all. I had a couple judges tell me that I should take certain steps out, that they're too hard. I had it labeled advanced. Brought it to Big Bang. Took it to Fort Wayne. Actually, no, Big Bang was first. Took it to Big Bang. Took second. So, had a judge tell me the exact same thing. One of the judges said, "You should really get rid of this step." But John told me, and John has seen it both places, he told me not to get rid of the step. He goes, "That's what makes it different. You have to have some of those stuff that stand out." And then I took it to Fort Wayne. Out of like 20-something dances in the advanced division, it took second there too. So the only dance I lost to was a dance that was co-written by Adea, John O'Lieberman, and Rick Dominguez. So I lost to a dance that was written by 3 very, very good choreographers. So can't really complain there. But I kept the one step that 3 different judges told me to take out in, because I thought that step, and John agreed with me, that step was what makes it stand out. If anybody took my class on on I'm Sorry, or seen the teach or studying the dance, they probably know what step I'm talking about. It's a reverse half turn hitch. Flows great in the music says exactly about a turnaround in there, and I did a turnaround. I just did it differently than everything else, because when I write, my theory is, yeah, I can write a dance that just looks like everybody else's and do the same nightclub steps that everyone else is doing, but then what's going to make that dance stand out for me? So that's pretty much on that one. Every judge is going to be different. Every judge looks differently. They have a set of rules. Terry goes, you didn't lose, Kelly. You put yourself out there and placed. Pat on the back. True, I did. My goal usually, have I ever choreographed with Guyton? That is the one that is on my bucket list. I have been there when Guyton's choreographed lots of stuff. I've actually never gotten the privilege of choreographing with Guyton. That is one thing that before I stop, hopefully I can convince him to come back and we can do. And back to you, Terry. You're right. When it goes to when it comes to the USLDC, my thought process was always place top two. Top two both got me in the same location. It both got me a shot in the finals. So as long as I placed, I was usually okay. So I like it. But again, also the competitive nature in me and being a competitor, former couples competitor and line competitor, it's hard losing when you're a competitor. When you have that competitive nature, you go out there wanting to do your best and wanting to be the best every time. So it's hard. And it's totally judgmental. Some people will like the dances, some people won't, and I totally get that. Totally get that. So, but I think the USLDC has done a great job. I wish it'd get back to the way it was. I miss the days, the beginning, when there was 100 competitors or 100 entries, close to it. There, I think Boston had 70 something the first year, between the three divisions. Chris, do it for the wine cup. I still have the original cups, guys. Some of the original competitors will remember. It was all about getting the cup. There were these metallic blue water bottles. The metallic blue with a black top lid that was about this tall and was a water bottle. But that was the cups. That was the version of the cups. And every competitor, every placer got one, first, second, and third, along with their prize. And that was the cups before they went to. And I think I'll show you. So I do have a couple versions of the cups. This was what the first place winner gets now. It's a tumbler with the USLDCC logo, the division, and the event. And then the second place gets little wine tumblers. That's why they said do it for the wine cup, as you can see. With the event, this one has the event name on the bottom and the division I placed in. The last event before it got switched over to the cups was Fun in the Sun 2017, and that was the dance. I won that event, and the prize was beach towels. So Honky Tonk Highway was the dance I won with there, 2017. That was actually the last USLDCC competition, besides the finals, that did not give away a wine cup for first. I mean, a big cup for first place. The cup has been the staple prize for first place ever since. Started right after that at Hotlanta. I keep mine along with my other two cups. My other two wine cups I have up on a shelf. I don't drink out of them. It's kind of like little prizes. I think they still have the paper in it, the stickers in it. I took it right out of the box, and it's been up there ever since. Do all competitors get placed from bottom to the top? No. Do they get placed? Yes. Do they get announced? No, usually. Usually they get only the top three get announced. Back in the day when we had huge, I believe some of the events did a top five. But that was back also when there was 20-something, almost 30-something in a division. I remember when Trevor won with Sugar Rush. He won the intermediate advanced division for Sugar Rush back on the year he won. There was, I think, 28 entries in intermediate advanced. Like 2 hours. We rushed down to get rid of the hour, because to get out of the hour, we would be pressed for time to get done with 2 hours. I remember the first competition or two, it definitely ran a few minutes over. I know Will and JP were always trying to get the music done, and like, okay, we got a workshop about to come in here, in the main ballroom, but we would barely get done in 2 hours. Like, we would be like, the talking points Jamie has now, she never had time for talking points back then. That was for sure. Like, you would have time for a couple of them, but nothing like we get now. That's for sure. But they had usually announced, now they announce top 3. But everybody, if you get your scores, everybody gets placed. Everybody gets placed. If there's 10, it gets placed first through 10. If there's 50, it's first through 50. So it's just, that's how they do it. And you'll see how you're scored against everybody else. You'll see that you get, if you got your scorecard, it'll tell you, like, if this judge gave you this judge gave you that. That is for sure. So I don't remember, it's been a while since I've seen it. I don't remember whether or not they put the names of the judges on it, of who gave what. I'm all for if they do. My theory is, if you're going to judge somebody and you're going to be put in that position, to stand behind what you say. That is for sure. Stand behind how you're going to judge it. That's just straight up how I've always felt about that. If you're gonna be a judge, I don't think it should be anonymous. If you should know how that judge judged you, because why? The theory is why. What made them give that score? What made them? Why? They should be able to give you a why, not just I like that one better. Why? Why did you like that one better? You're up there to be judged. You're up there as a judge. You should have a reason, because the rule book has a certain guidelines that they're supposed to be judging by. So, any other questions on the USLDCC, guys? I've seen a couple come in. I've tried to answer them as best of my ability. Pretty seasoned on it. Chris, have you ever seen anybody challenge their score? I'm going to plead the Fifth Amendment on that one. That's a discussion that's probably shouldn't be done on air. Challenge the placement, maybe the necessarily placement, maybe not that, but challenge why they were given their placement. Have you seen any? Carol asked, "What is the best tip a judge has given you that you could apply to your future choreographies?" Ooh. John tells me a lot, just be me. Don't try to be someone else. Don't try to be Fred or Shane or Rachel or anybody else. So John has told me just be me, and that I've taken to heart more this year. It's funny because anybody who watches me compete knows I'm very serious. I'm just, that's the way I am. That, and I usually have a lot going on between making sure the cameras get set up, usually making sure the floor is still okay, and getting everything ready to go, and get the tables out and ready. I used to make sure I was like dressed to the nines, like jeans, dress shirt, sweater, tie, some kind of shirt, my hair done. This year I kind of took a different approach. This year I kind of just showed up in jeans, some kind of either a 7 Arrow Media t-shirt or a t-shirt, a backwards baseball cap, and drank a beer with JP and gone out there. And so far that's worked for me this year, because I just gone out there relaxed a lot more, and I just go out there and I just have the mentality is, well, this is how it is. I've written my best choreography to my knowledge to the song. Let's see what they say. Just how I've gone about it this year, and it so far worked for me. It is. I'm another one too that I usually release the dances before. It's not going to change. People not knowing your dance isn't going to change the fact of thing. If they can beat it, they can beat it. If they can't, they can't. If they like it, they like it. If they don't, they don't. But get it out there. I know me and Chris have already finished one for our finals. Chris Jocks, or more than a beer if we're talking mini Coronas. Due to a shopping mishap, yes. Usually we release them beforehand. I know, like I was just saying, me and Chris already had one finished for Boston before I got canceled. And we're going to use that for our dance in the finals that we did together. And we'll probably release that here more sooner than later. Only because we both love it. It's a banging track. It's a great dance that we feel we did a really good job of it. And back on the advice when Chris also said, plus it's a great advice, so it helps even more knowing how the big name choreographers think. Yes. Chris asked, do I have a favorite judge excluding John? I don't necessarily would mean a favorite. There hasn't been any judges I haven't known. I have no problems going up and talking to the judges afterwards and asking them their thoughts and their feelings. I see a lot of the judges going to the fact that I go to every event on the USLDCC circuit, as well as a lot of events in the U.S. in general. I see most of the judges on a regular basis, so I kind of know going in their mentality. The only ones that are hard sometimes is like marathon. Like I only see Linda once a year. She's usually a judge at marathon, so Linda McCormick, for those who didn't know the Linda I was referring to. But other than that, no, judge is a judge. They're getting paid to do a job. They're getting paid to do a job, and that's straight up. If they're picked to put on the panel, obviously the event directors are putting their trust in them to be able to judge a social line dance. So, Chris, are the judges always the same for the year circuit? No, because every event has its own staff. So, that does change. The judges do change depending on who's at the event. John is pretty much at every event, so he's usually there up until Rachel retiring. Rachel was at almost all of them, so she was always on the panel. Joey Warren is at a lot of them. Joey was on the panels. It could be Roy and Fiona if they're there. It could be Gary O'Reilly if he's there. It could be Madison Glover, Shane McKeever, Fred Whitehouse. Guyton has been on my panel. Rhoda's been on the panel quite a few times. So Brandon Zahorsky. It all depends on the staff. Again, Marathon has a bigger staff, so they have a bigger pool they can pull from. But other than that, you're going to be getting 5 judges that are more likely on staff, unless they bring in a special judge, which I know Jen has brought Brian Barakauskas in before to judge Jonathan Baumeister, who is a former line dancer and a competitive masters couple dancer. He has been on the panel before. At Hotlanta, Brian's been on the panel at Fun in the Sun. So you have situations like that. I know at the finals for Trevor's, I believe Max Perry was on the final panel, but we also had that year, Chris Watson was there. He judged me. Rob Ballard was there. So it all depends on who's on the staff. So it rotates. Do I judge? No, I'm still a competitor. I do not judge. So, I have judged the Pro-Am competition for Jen at the Florida Classic and the Old Tampa Bay Classic. But as far as the choreography competition, I am still a competitor, so I do not judge. So, I usually get asked all the rulebook questions though. Anytime someone usually has a question about the rule book and what can and can't get done in the dance, because we do have a list of steps that aren't allowed in a newcomer novice dance. So people usually call me. I have read the rule book quite a few times. I do know it, the couple changes it's made, and again, this is season 5 or year 5, and I have competed in 4 out of the 5. So, and I was at every event during year 4 as well. So, I know the competition pretty well, how it's ran, how it's been doing, how it has been ran. That's why I said I miss the old days. Like Taylor says, I'm a walking, talking rule book. I do know a lot. My motto, and this is back when I competed in the UCWDC and stuff, was I'm gonna know what I can and can't do. I'm gonna know what I can and can't get away with, as far as what I'm allowed to do on the floor. So, yeah, that's for sure. But like I was saying, I miss the old days because we'd have 75, 80 entries. Not just like nowadays, it's like 17 or 18. We're lucky when we get 20 at an event, and I miss it. I miss the bigger events. Like year one alone, just to name a few names in year one, we had Bradley Mather in year one, Cody Flowers, Trevor Thornton, Gail Dawson, Lynn Card, Jessica Carlson, myself. That's just to name a few of the people. Brandy Pitts was in the finals as well that year. Those are all people who competed year one alone. That thing. And then you turn around and went to year two, and you had Kayla Cosgrove, David Ackerman, Darcy DeAngelis all come in and join. Carrie Mouse came in, I believe it was around year three, and then you had Chris Gonzalez, Megan Barsulia, trying to remember the rest of that year, Jonna Lieberman, everybody. We had tons of people, and then it started trickling down from here. And like Taylor just said, yeah, throw back to when I was the only phrase entry at Boston in 2018. Yes, Taylor was literally the only competitor that entered in phrased in Boston in 2018, right before the finals at Marathon that year. So last qualifier of the year, and we had literally one entry in phrase. I think there was only 6 entries the whole event, 6 or 7, I think, and one of them was you. And actually, I take that, yeah, because the 2 people that won, was that this past year? Was that this 2019? It might have been the year. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, that was the year that the person who won first place in newcomer novice and first place in intermediate advanced, it was both their first event. They hadn't competed all year. Jill Kaufman-Weiss won newcomer novice. Steve Kavanaugh won intermediate advanced that year. It was their very first event, so their entries didn't qualify anyway. So literally, it was only three spots that went to the finals out of Boston that year, out of a possible 6. So the numbers have definitely gone down. So guys, if you want to get into choreography, and if you have ever thought about getting choreography, check out the USLDCC. The next event will be Fun in the Sun 2021. That will start off the new season for 2022's championship. Normally, the championships have been held now at the marathon at the end of May, beginning of June, with the winner going to World Dance Masters that August. Of course, due to the pandemic, both events have been canceled this year. So the finals are now at the Florida Classic, with the winner going to WDM 2021 to teach. And definitely looking forward to that come Classic. Fingers crossed that stuff is back normal by then, for we can have an event in December. So definitely looking forward to that. Don't forget, guys, join the group 7-7 Events. Kelly put the link up earlier. Join that group. We are definitely going to have a good time tomorrow. Teach some great dances. If you come to my 10 a.m. class, come with your thinking caps on. This is going to be a fun one. 32 count advanced dance. Actually, I think I might have actually named it intermediate. Only 2 restarts and a tag. We should be good. Music's awesome, though. I love the track I used for this. It was called Baptize Me by the Ex-Ambassadors, and someone else is on there. The song is from Game of Thrones. Great lyrical nightclub. Great track. If you like the song Unsteady, very similar considering it's the same band. Great little number there. I enjoyed writing to this. It kind of took me out of my comfort zone. And then, like Chris said, and then we're going to follow that right now with a 64 count phrase dance right after that. So we're going to start you off tomorrow. Chris just asks, is each workshop a full hour tomorrow? Very close. They're going to be about 50 minutes, Chris. I've asked all the instructors to get done in about 50 minutes. That way it gives all y'all time to get out of the class, grab a drink of water, refresh, and get ready for the next person to go live. So they'll be close. The first one, I'll be going live a little bit before 10. Kind of welcome everyone and talk to everyone and let y'all get settled in. And then I will definitely be getting done within my 50 minutes. I'll make sure of that. And then that's what I've asked everyone to do. So you're looking at about a 50 to 55 minute workshop, more likely. As long as none of them run over. And then I did forgot that. No, Taylor, Wendy's in between you and Chris. So they get a little bit of a break. Taylor's dance is a 96 count phrase dance. It's gonna be a fun day, guys. We're gonna rock your world. Don't worry, mine and Chris's dance isn't that bad at the end. So you'll be fine. I forgot. That's all right. We did. There's three phrase dances at least. I can't remember what Wendy's is. If it was phrased or what, but I know I know mine and Chris is intermediate advanced. Mine is intermediate advanced. Chris's is phrased, and Taylor's is phrased. I wanted to have a good day. There was no other workshops going on tomorrow, so I wanted to make sure to challenge everybody. I wanted everyone to. That could be. Is that why you named it "Keep Them Talking," Taylor? Yeah. So definitely tune in tomorrow, guys. It's gonna be a fun day. And then don't forget, all next week I'll have we'll be sharing more tidbits information for next week's event with World Dance Masters Live. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Going to be a great time each night. It's about 4 hours every night with videos, live talks. Tracy's dance is an improver. Bar top dancing, if I'm not mistaken. Now you're going to make me double check because I don't remember off the top of my head. Tracy's. There's Chris's. Nicole, I know the one Nicole is teaching is from Phrased. Not a hard one though. Yes, Tracy's is an improver dance. That's going to be at 3 o'clock. Which one is Wendy's? Wendy's is intermediate advanced. Mine and Chris's is labeled intermediate advanced, but you should be okay. It's more of a high improver, but due to a couple steps, we had to put it into intermediate advanced. Again, like I said, if you look at the rule book, there is a steps list that's certain steps are in the dance. We can't put it in newcomer or novice, or for those not used to the words newcomer, novice, beginner, or improver. A turning sailor automatically kicks us out. The minute we do a turning sailor step, automatically kicks us out of improver, and it has to put intermediate. So some of these dances that are labeled as intermediate and maybe not be what most people consider intermediate, it's due to the way we had to classify them for comp. Like I said, I had a dance that I had two turning sailors in it. The hardest step was a turning sailor, and that had to put me up in intermediate. So that's just the way the rules are. So that's why you see some dances that probably would really be labeled improver be labeled intermediate. So don't be scared. We'll all get through it tomorrow. Another thing, guys, for those that are going to tune in, if for some reason we get kicked off due to music, don't stress. We are literally going to turn around and go back live immediately after. I've instructed all the people just to go right back up live. We'll be there. I'll be there monitoring everything all day, guys, so don't worry about that. I've been lucky. I have not got kicked off of live yet while I'm teaching, knock on wood. I know some people have. Hopefully we'll be okay for tomorrow. But again, We'll be posting. I'll have them all save all the teaches. We'll be posting them up afterwards. As long as the parts with the music might just be muted on Facebook, but I'll be making sure to get them up on YouTube. So definitely check that out for tomorrow. So enjoy your weekend. For those who are not going to be joining us, I'll see you tomorrow morning. I am now going to go take pretty much down everything that you see in front of me and move it into another room. You're going to get to see a whole new spot with me in the morning. Join me first thing in the morning. Right before 10, I'll be going live for the Teach and Baptize Me. Also next week, I'll be releasing the schedule. I know I'm working. I talked to Shane yesterday. Trying to get him and Fred to come on to have a whole hour talking about what they go through when they choreograph and different things. Tuesday, I'll be glad to. We're going to talk about. I'll be on the radio show. Wednesday and Monday, I will release who's going to be on then. And then, of course, Friday we'll not be having a show. Oh, Wednesday. I do apologize. Wednesday there'll be no show. I'm going to Disney World. So, Monday. I'll let you know what we're doing on Monday, guys. So, anytime, Nicola. I hope you had a nice little insight to the USLDCC, and I'm looking forward to... hopefully, yes, I'm looking forward to the winner coming to DM21 too, because regardless of the win, I'm coming anyway. I'm not missing my trip again. Rona, thank you so much, Kelly. You're a walking, talking encyclopedia of all things line dance. You're appreciated. Thank you so much, Rona. Yes, Chris just said, lucky you. Yes, next Saturday is mine and Kelly's 6-year anniversary, and I'll be broadcasting for World Dance Masters. So we decided on Wednesday to go to Disney for the day. We got in. We have annual passes. So, of course, we're going to be wearing our masks and social distancing. But we are definitely going to be having a nice, relaxing day. Like Chris says, following Kelly there regardless who wins. That's what I'm talking about. That could be trouble. Me and Tiny Hands on a tour of England together. Yes, I am actually liking that idea. So tune in tomorrow, guys. 7 and 7 groups. 7 and 7 events is the group name. Make sure to join. And we'll see you in the morning. Later.